I'm not gonna lie, I hate work capsule wardrobes, especially for women who want to build a wearable, polished wardrobe that will position them at work. And I know I might get a lot of hate for it, a lot of pushback, but I worked with women for almost 20 years, celebrities, successful entrepreneurs, busy professionals, and everyone in between. And let me tell you, I heard countless stories on work capsule wardrobes and how this cookie cutter system promises an easy way to dress in the morning, leaving women confused and frustrated and lost. So this video will be a little bit different. I will tell you why I don't like work capsule wardrobes and why I never suggest them to my clients and what to do instead so you have a wardrobe that actually works for you. So first of all, let's talk about what a capsule wardrobe is. Now, a capsule wardrobe is a small curated collection of essential clothing items that are timeless, versatile, and can be mixed and matched to create a wide variety of outfits. So the goal is to have fewer pieces that work together, making getting dressed easier and more intentional, or at least that's the goal. Now, the term capsule wardrobe was first introduced in the 1970s by Susie Fall, a London boutique owner. Her boutique wardrobe promoted high-quality, interchangeable garments that never go out of style. Now, the concept of capsule wardrobes became more mainstream in the 1980s when American designer Donna Karan launched her famous 7 easy pieces, like the collection 7 mix and match workwear items designed to simplify dressing for modern working women. So, what is considered a work capsule wardrobe? Well, a work capsule wardrobe is a limited set of clothing, usually around 30 to 40 pieces per season, to mix and match with each other, creating multiple outfits. But in reality, it's really that simple, because obviously life isn't neatly divided into 30 interchangeable outfits. Your style changes, your body changes, your calendar isn't predictable, and sometimes the essentials everyone talks about just don't feel like you. Now, the capsule wardrobe sounds like a perfect system, but it often ignores how personal and emotional getting dressed really is. So why doesn't this work? Well, first of all, you're being forced into limited aesthetics. While work capsule wardrobe is marketed as a very flexible and personalized solution, in reality, it pushes women toward a very specific aesthetic: minimal, neutral, and muted. Think beige trenches, white button-downs, black trousers, black blazers. It's clean and safe, but it doesn't leave much room for personality or bold colors or clothes that represent your personality. And the biggest problem with this is that not everyone's style and aesthetic fits into neutral, classic, and minimalistic style. We are so different and usually don't fit into like that one specific style, but rather like elements from different styles, right? So, for example, my overall style is classic, but I also love geometric prints, and I love florals and stripes. I love plaid. For you, it might be, let's say, like a boho style, mixed with elements from classic style and romantic. So what I'm saying is that a work capsule wardrobe forces you into one specific minimalistic style that might not represent you aesthetically. Now, another reason the whole work capsule wardrobe idea doesn't really work, you're supposed to have one for each season, okay? So one for summer, then one for winter, and maybe one for like spring and fall. And that adds up, right? So work capsule wardrobe is sold as this like a minimal solution, but when you really think about it, there's really nothing minimal about managing multiple wardrobes throughout the year. It just becomes a sort of like a new system to organize the same amount of clothes. Now, the next thing is that you wear the same things over and over. So yeah, 30 pieces sounds like a lot, but it's really not that when you're dressing for different situations, like Zoom calls, like in-person meetings, like conferences, office days, business lunches. You can't wear the same blazer or, like, let's say, a dress to all of those and expect it to always work. You will need variety in how you show up, especially when you want to look polished and feel like yourself. And when you're working with the tight capsule wardrobe, you start wearing the same outfits over and over. And what happens is it gets repetitive very, very fast. Not just for you, but also for people who see you often. So while it's sold as a way to give you endless outfit combinations, in reality, it can feel very limited, uninspired, and honestly kind of boring after a while. And now the most important one, if you're planning to build a capsule wardrobe or capsule wardrobe, here's the truth. It will never fully work with the clothes you already own and love, because capsule wardrobes are based on a very strict rules. Neutral colors, clean lines, everything must mix and match, right? But most women's closets aren't built essentially that way. You probably already have pieces you love that are much more bolder or just more feel like you, and they don't fit neatly into that capsule formula. So what happens? You either try to force those pieces to work and they actually don't, or you feel like you have to get rid of them to stick to that plan, okay? And then you end up buying more clothes just to stick to the rules set by a capsule wardrobe. Now, lastly, and the most importantly, if you're not clear on what your personal style actually is, building a work capsule wardrobe is the worst place to start, because what you are actually building it off, usually a sort of like a checklist that you found online, right? A list of sort of like those essentials someone else decided that every professional woman should own, which means you're not building a wardrobe based on you, you're building it based on someone else version of what a work wardrobe should look like. And that list doesn't know your lifestyle, right? It doesn't know that you hate, let's say, like button-down shirts, or that you work in creative field, or that you actually like a pop of color, okay? So instead of helping you define your style, the work capsule wardrobe often pushes you further away from it, and you will end up with a bunch of versatile basics that technically go together, but they don't really reflect you at all. Now that you know why I don't like work capsule wardrobes and why they don't actually work the way they promise, okay? Let me tell you what to do instead if you want a wardrobe you will actually wear. So first, what you need to do is to understand what your style is. Whether you like clean lines, or maybe like a little bit of drama, bold colors, or modern shapes, or timeless classics, you have to start by knowing what feels right for you. Not what Pinterest says, because as much as capsule wardrobe promises an easy system for mixing and matching all your clothes, you actually have to understand really clearly what those clothes look like specifically for you, okay? So what is your version of looking polished and put together? You don't want to build your work wardrobe based on like a cookie cutter checklist you found online, right? Because it promises easy wearable wardrobe where it really doesn't reflect you and your style. So next, you have to understand your lifestyle. So what are you doing day to day? Are you spending lots of time on Zoom, going to the office, traveling for work? What is your lifestyle, okay? And then you want to look at your current wardrobe and see what you already have and what you love to wear, and see what's missing that you can wear to all your day-to-day work activities. So let me give you an example, okay? So if you are, let's say, traveling a lot for work and attending lots of meetings, or let's say like conferences, your wardrobe needs to reflect that, right? So you will need a polished pieces that don't wrinkle easily, the shoes that are actually really, really comfortable, and outfits that transition really, really well from day to night. But if you're mostly on Zoom, it's completely different story. You will need to focus on elevated tops and accessories that make you look sharp on camera. And this way, you're actually building a wearable wardrobe based on your real day-to-day lifestyle, whether you're hopping on Zoom or maybe like attending a conference, and tailored to your personal preferences, your personal style. Maybe you like bold colors, prints, or maybe like a boho vibe, right? You're not building a wardrobe based on some cookie cutter must-have list from a generic work capsule wardrobe made by someone who doesn't even know what you do, okay? Now, lastly, and here's the part no one wants to say out loud, okay? Capsule wardrobes are a trend. Yep, the very thing most of you are trying to avoid. We are being thrown down everyone's throat right now like we are the holy grail of dressing. But just like every other trend, we are rooted in a one-size-fits-all formula, a beige fantasy that promises ease but ends up making you feel like you are failing if your wardrobe isn't minimal or neutral or perfectly coordinated. But you don't want to be told what's essential, right? You want a wardrobe that fits you, not the other way around, and any trend, even that Polish one, can give you that. So now you know why I don't like work capsule wardrobe. So if you're serious about building a wardrobe that works for you, you need to stop chasing the formulas and start getting specific about who you are and how you want to show up. I have a free elevated work style guide that's going to help you with that. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when I post a new video, which is every Wednesday. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.